Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I'm your host, Mike Luke, joined by, just for a second, we have Ted Wardo in here as well. Ted Wardo is camera
Oh
shy.
my
He will not
God.
look at this thing. Look at this
Holy
thing. Just man
crap.
candy right there. All right, you got to get down, Ted Wardo. Joined by also man candy, the great Jason Shear. Hello, Jason Shear. How are you doing today?
Yeah, Shelby calls me man candy all the time.
You know what they should call you? Mandy. Man and candy. Do you get it?
I'll do it. Whatever.
Yes. All right. We have many, many things to get to this show. We are going to talk about the 10 best players in the Big 12. We have a list that we went over last night, and we wanted to make sure that we were on record. We even have a graphic for it as well. We are going to talk about ASU and why Arizona knows and why Arizona has better players. That's for you, Jay Merck. But first, we need to bring the great Kevin Thomas in here for a moment. People do not understand about the greatness of St. Louis, Kevin Thomas.
They really don't.
Right.
They truly do not.
Kevin Thomas, our esteemed producer, the prodigious Kevin Thomas, I do apologize. And
no worries.
Comes to the U of A fan. Shear, we were talking about St. Louis. Kevin Thomas, make the case for St. Louis.
All right. The case for St. Louis is I know it might not be the safest place in certain parts, okay? I know that. I already know that going into this. But it's a great city. I mean, where can you be super safe anywhere? Great food, great culture, great sports, great history as well, and a ton of great nature. Like there's literally something for everybody in St. Louis. Out
Kevin,
in the suburbs.
You're bearing the lead, Kevin. You told us what you told us yesterday about Shear. Do you like hot dogs?
Oh yeah, true. The 1902 World Fair took place in St. Louis, and if you like hot dogs, ice cream cones, any of that kind of stuff, you can thank the 1902 World Fair and St. Louis for all that
St.
stuff.
Louis. So we can thank the great Kevin Thomas and Nelly as well. This is true.
Yes.
All right.
We know this.
We're gonna get back to that, but we wanted to make the case for St. Louis. Thank you very much, Kevin Thomas.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Okay, now we got a lot to get to this show, Shear. We are going to unveil our list of best players in the conference. But first, obviously, we are a week out from the U of A. We are a week out from football. I am ready to go. As Vegas odds get worse for Arizona, my enthusiasm gets higher. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Did you ever put a Band-Aid under your eye back in the day?
No. Why would I put a Band-Aid under? Oh, for like Nelly and like with the wristband as well. No way.
I'm excited. Man. I tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 9 a.m., which is early for me. Usually I wake up and I go back to bed. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. College football right away. Boom.
Yes.
I'm very excited about the whole season.
It's here. So no better way. Let's get into our list. Now, Kevin, don't bring the list up yet. We are going to put the list out there at the very end of this segment. That is called a tease, my friend. That is called a tease. Okay. Now, Shear, do you have the list in front of you that we came up with last night?
Nope, I do not.
All right. Well, I'm going to well, either way, pull it up. It's on your text messages, dude. All right. Well, actually, Kevin, bring it up right now, actually, and then we'll just go through it so the people can
send me the whole list. Oh yeah, you did. Oh no, I got it.
All right, let's go 1 through 10. We're gonna make our cases. First, Tetaroa McMillan, or as Chip Patterson calls him, Tet McMillan. This is the best player in the conference. I do not care what anybody says. He is going to be a monster this season. He looks great. Players like him don't come through the U of A. He's the best wide receiver in the country. I take Tetaroa McMillan at number 1. Shear, what say you?
Yeah, it's either him or Ollie Gordon, but the thing I keep coming back to is T-Mac just does so much because of T-Mac. Like Ollie Gordon, good O-line and all that. T-Mac is just a freak. I mean, there's a lot of Ollie Gordons, and I don't mean that as an insult, but there's a lot of good running backs. There's not a lot of T-Macs.
There's not a lot of T-Macs. And the other thing, too, it's very important to state that with T-Mac, that it's also, I think, more difficult to be a wide receiver because you have to go get the ball, whereas with a running back, they just have to hand you the ball. So T-Mac is that dude. And again, when you see people out there that say T-Mac isn't the best wide receiver in the country, tell them to shoo. Go to You Can See Me in St. Louis. Go away. T-Mac, though, on a serious note, an absolute monster. All right, T-Burn says, Mike, with post-game starting next week, which weekday will be the off day? Thursday will be the off day, my friend. Thursday will be the off day. Okay, now, let's get to Ollie Gordon. Ollie Gordon's a stud. He's my number 2 as well. You watch Ollie Gordon. If he plays the entire season, he is going to put up massive numbers this year. Sheer, this is true. He's a different dude. I think he's the best running back in the country.
Yeah, I mean, he should technically, he should lead the nation in rushing. Again, like if you wanted to tell me that he was number one in the conference, I wouldn't throw a fit. He's really good. And he, when you take a look at Oklahoma State, what makes him even more impressive is their passing game sucks. Like Alan Bowman is not good. He's average at best. And so Ollie Gordon still putting up those numbers is pretty impressive.
Very, very impressive. Now, then at number 3, we've got Travis Hunter. All right, now listen. Travis Hunter is obviously a very, very good football player. I do not care, though, about what these Colorado fans keep putting out there. I only caught 3 passes. That is on Travis Hunter. That is not my fault that you did not want to put him on T-Mac for the majority of the game. I do not care about that argument. I think it's a specious argument, Sheer.
I mean, I could pull up PFF. He had a pretty damn good day, T-Mac.
Yes, he did.
Against Travis Hunter. And what happened was, if people watch that game, they'll realize that they took Hunter off.
Yes.
T-Mac. I'm gonna look right now because I'm mad. But yeah, Travis Hunter is really good. Obviously, I'm not like I'm saying something crazy, but it's hard for me to make the case that he's better than Ollie or T-Mac. Like I'm looking right now. Travis Hunter. I'm gonna look. You keep. Yeah. I'll
keep talking. T-Mac against Colorado went for over 100 yards and went for 100 yards.
I want to know the exact receiving grades for T-Mac in that game.
What do you got
against? I'm gonna find it.
All right. Well, either way,
by the end of the show, I'll find it.
Yeah, I'll keep going while you find it. And again, I do not care if somebody comes in here and is like, "Oh, we ran zone" or this and that. Listen, at the end of the day, you decided not to put him on T-Mac the majority of the game. When he was on T-Mac pushed him around for a touchdown, and there was probably going to be more of that. You also saw that in I think it was the Polynesian Bowl when they were in high school. The T-Mac did very well as well. Listen, T-Mac is a stud. And the problem, though, too, is that Travis Hunter is also 6'1", as opposed to T-Mac being 6'5" or 6'6". Again, if just because I relinquish the crown to you doesn't mean that the crown was not deserved in the first place. Does that make sense?
Travis Hunter versus T-Mac. 3 receptions. Oh, no, this is receiving. Yeah. 3 receptions. Yeah. He caught 3 out of 5.
Yeah, he caught 3 out of 5. But again, he wasn't on him the majority of the game, so I don't care. No. And again, he had the touchdown in the end zone that we all saw right there. That was it. Travis Hunter, very good, but no, he is not in the top 2. Now, let's see here. Then we'll go Nick Martin at 4. I like Nick Martin. He's good, sure. I didn't even know who he was until about a month ago, but he passes the test. Very, very good for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad that I could.
No clue who he was.
I'm glad I could introduce you to one of the best linebackers in the country. I actually would have him below Noah. I think Noah's that good, but Martin's a beast. Everyone says Jacob Manu, and I love Manu, but I mean, the numbers that Nicholas Martin put up last year, like I had him, I know people gave it to Travis Hunter. I had him as my preseason Big 12 defensive player of the year. Like last year, he put up 133 tackles and 6 sacks. Like he's
interesting.
Good.
By the way, do I sound okay?
You're a little low right now.
All right, hold on. How about this? Is this better?
You're very soft-spoken.
I am very soft-spoken. All right. Well, either way, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Now, when it comes to now, let's talk about it. The wide receiver, or excuse me, let's go. If we could bring the list back up there. I like Nick Martin a lot. Noah Fafita, I'm putting at 5. Noah Fafita, I believe, is the best quarterback in the entire conference, certainly. And I think by the end of the year, you could make a case that he's the best in the entire country. He's fantastic. Again, Sheer, you came to him late in the game, but better late than never. I look for a monster year out of him. You know that this unit is he's got a lot of talent around him. I'm very excited to see what he can do.
Yeah, I'm really, really curious to see how he does under this offense. But we said his arm strength looks to be better. One thing that's also stood out, and he said it the other day, he has a little bit more freedom in this offense. We'll see how he handles it. But the list of quarterbacks I'm taking over Noah Fafita nationally is very, very slim.
Yes, exactly. Now, would you take Jaden DeLauro over him?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
All right, now we got Glenn in the chat. ASU enthusiast Glenn. Glenn actually likes Shear now. Glenn, for the longest time, didn't like Shear, but we found what he was doing. He was playing hard to get. He was quote tweeting Shear all the time, and then after a while, I figured out, man, Glenn likes Shear. That's what this is what this is about here.
I'm a very nice boy. People don't realize that.
It is. You're a man. You're a very scrumptious individual. Very, very good. All right, now let's go back to the list, Mr. Great Kevin Thomas. So we got, all right, now at 6, we got Taj Brooks, second best running back in the conference, 1,600 yards, really, really good player. Again, you're going to notice a theme here. There's a lot of really, really good running backs in this conference.
Taj Brooks is a freak. I mean,
Right.
290 carries last year, 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. Yeah, just an absolute beast. And maybe it's a little close between him and Devin Neal, but that's more of a sign of how good the running backs are in the conference than anything. The Big 12 is, to me, has the best running backs in the country.
And is it even close?
No, like we don't have RJ Harvey on this list. RJ Harvey had 1,400 yards and 16 touchdowns last year.
We don't have Giddens on this list either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And guess who we also don't have? Cam Scattaboo.
Or, as Kevin WN says, we don't even have Jeff Sims on this list.
Yeah, Jeff Sims must be 11. Jeff Sims,
barely missed.
Jeff Sims, very honorable mention.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay, Now, Kevin Thomas, if you could bring this back up again. My ADHD is going wild. I need to see this list. Jacob Manu at 7. All right, I put this out there. I do not care what anybody says. Takario Davis is fantastic. I would love to be Takario Davis and have his future. It's going to be a high pick. I get all of that. Jacob Manu is the best player on the defensive side of the football for the U of A, and it is not close. It is not close. You could ask any coach off record on this team, and they will tell you that Jacob Manu is the one that makes this defense go.
Well, I think we need to clarify because we had this conversation the other night. Takario is a better NFL prospect.
No doubt.
Manu. Jacob Manu is the better college football player.
Period.
I don't think that's anything crazy.
You know what's funny about it? You have Nick Martin significantly ahead of Jacob Manu, and Jacob Manu's stats are like the exact same.
I don't have them significantly ahead.
Oh, you do.
This is your list.
Yeah. Well, no. But
that's a good question by Brad Rich.
Right. Gunnar Cruz in front of Jeff Sims on the depth chart. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
You think so?
Here's why. With Gunnar Cruz, here's the deal with Gunnar Cruz. He will not turn the ball over. He will throw it out of bounds every single time or throw it at somebody's feet. With Jeff Sims, he will turn the ball over nonstop. We cannot have that.
That's fair.
Jeff Sims is destructive. That's why I always joke with people, like with Glenn. Glenn doesn't get this. With Trenton Bourguet, I know Bourguet isn't Joe Montana. I get all of that. But Bourguet also is at least going to get you in and out of the offense. And guess what? If you go 3 and out, you went 3 and out. With Jeff Sims, 3 and out means going back that way for a touchdown.
Look at this little graphic. That was a good graphic. I liked it.
Right. Interesting. All right. So now, interesting. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about Devin Neal as well. Okay. With Devin Neal, I like Devin Neal a great deal. Kid out of Kansas, both really, really good. There's a lot to like about Devin Neal.
I mean, Devin Neal, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. Like, that's another one where you're like, oh, okay. Again, like the running backs, the star power in this conference is pretty wild.
Right. Let's see here. Glenn says, love how Levitt thrown 5 interceptions spring all, but Sims was challenging him for a spot. Telling you, Glenn, you know what you're up against. Glenn, you know what you're up to. Be nice, Glenn. Okay, now, but Jacob Manu, very much like him. I think Devin Neal's going to have a monster year as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about let's see here. Shadur Sanders. I got him at 9 because he's not better than these other players. Listen, Shadur's actually he's a very good football player. I get all of that. Don't care. He led Colorado to the worst place, last finish in the entire conference last year. Guess what? That it matters to me. Noah Fafita would have had a 4 or 5 win team if he didn't come in for Jaden DeLora. Yes. So, again, Arizona was going to suck, too, if Noah didn't come in. I don't care what anybody says. Colorado finished last in the conference last year. Shoo!
Shador is obviously good, but there's things I want to see. Like, I need to see that O-line and all that. He's very talented. Again, we're talking about college versus NFL. If you want to tell me he's a better NFL prospect than college player, I totally get it. It's just the way we looked at this list is if we were drafting a team, what would our order be? And that would be the order.
Okay. That we agree with that now. At number 10, let's we bring this back up. I like Jalen Daniels. This is a pick based off potential, but I like Jalen Daniels. I think Jalen Daniels is going to have a nice season. He's just got to stay healthy. He's another one of these brittle guys but when he plays, he's very, very good. I'm actually more bullish on Kansas than many other folks are, Sheer. I think Kansas is going to be a very good team this year.
I do too. They have to stay healthy. I would have gone with Cam Rising at that spot.
All right.
At 10, but whatever. Like, they're both good quarterbacks. Again, another thing, like, I was looking at quarterbacks last night, and there's a lot of good ones in this conference. There's guys that aren't even getting attention that are really good.
Interesting. Okay,
now Rocco Becht.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the leftovers. Rocco Becht, very, very good. Garrett Green, also a good quarterback as well. You know who's also really good, and I think people are sleeping on a little bit? KJ Jefferson. I like KJ Jefferson. I think he's going to be very good at Central Florida. Very scrumptious.
I think KJ Jefferson in a Gus Malzahn offense is going to be wild. I didn't realize how big he was. Like, I knew he was big. He's 6'3", 250.
Yes. He's got my dimension.
Yeah, he's basically us at quarterback.
Yes, exactly. And he doesn't move, and he moves faster than us, actually.
Does he? He's very nimble, Mike.
Yes, no, he is very, very nimble. Now, with Brandon Isotolo, great name, by the way. First of all, he gave the Double Del Burger. He said that it slaps. Very, very good.
I'll take a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's very, very good. Now, he also says, Fafita or Avery Johnson. All day I take Fafita. Let's talk about Avery Johnson here for a second. Avery Johnson is kind of the wild card of the entire.
There's no bigger enigma in college football or question to me than Avery Johnson.
Right. With Avery Johnson, he looks the part. He looked good in the, I think it was like the Sweet Pop-Tart Bowl or something last year.
Yeah, he's super talented, like super fast. He's really good. But it's the case of, like, I need to see it.
Hold on.
Like,
By the way, Chippy P, let's be honest. Jimmy and Scooter Sprott from Snowflake, Arizona. Come on, dude. Anybody from 92 on, I know where they're from, I know who they are, and I know where they're
I actually know who that is because Dwayne Aquina brought him up the other day, and I Googled him.
Okay, well, yes, I lived it. I know. Nice try, Chippy. Snowflake, Arizona in the house. Exactly. All right, so that's where we're at with this list. But here's what's wild about this list. Arizona, we could have put a couple more guys on the list, and we could have put 5 Arizona players on this list.
When I sent you the list, the initial list as a joke, I had Takario and Jonas Avenea, and we easily could have made the case for them.
We could easily have made the case. All right, Lakeside. I knew it was something like that. Nice try. Okay. Either way, I will not fall back on that. So that's where we're at with our list of the top 10 players in the conference. We are right. Okay. Now, let's get to a little bit of, let's talk a little bit about the conference. Let's talk about the 4 teams that are coming in here, what their expectations should be. And the first one I want to talk about is, well, let's talk about ASU first. ASU, they were picked to finish last. I'm actually going to put them at like 14.
Well, you yelled at me when I said they weren't going to finish last.
I know. I apologize.
Thank you. Yeah, they won't finish last. I absolutely do not believe they will finish last. 14, 13, that sounds about right. I think there's a few teams, in my opinion, that are clearly worse.
Yes, I think that I would put I think they're going to be about 14, but I don't think they're going to be good. Now, the big question is, at what point do we get Jeff Sims onto the football field this year? Because there's special packages being designed
first
for
game.
Jeff Sims.
Jeff Sims sees the field in the first game.
All right, now, when he fumbles the ball on his second snap, do we hear people saying that he just needs to be a running quarterback?
I'm just letting Glenn know and all his friends that if Jeff Sims fumbles at any point this season, Mike and I will be levels of unbearable that you just can't handle.
It's going to be very, very good. Very, very. We're excited to see this. All right, now, let's see here. Colorado. Let's make fun of Colorado for a second. Colorado has an over-under in Vegas of 5.5 wins, but if you were to listen to the Colorado fan base, it's 15.5 wins. Listen, the reason is this. And when it comes to, nice. When it comes to Colorado, this is very, very simple. You know that how do I put this? With Colorado, if they lose a game early on, that thing is definitely going to spiral. And because, again, Deion's going to start blaming players. Players are going to start blaming players. I think that, honestly, is why Vegas is not big on Colorado, Jason Scheer.
To me, those first 2 games decide the trajectory of their season. And I know that's saying a lot because seasons are long, but you have North Dakota State and then at Nebraska, right? Like
yes.
0-2, they're done. They're done. And
they're
it's
done.
Ugly.
They're done and players are quitting.
1-1, I think Dion could probably be okay with 1-1, 2-0, and they'll probably be ranked number 1 in the country.
I really need them to lose to North Dakota State. If they lose to North Dakota State, we'll have a lot of fun. By the way, I'm still waiting for Jake to send me his article that he's working on. I have not gotten this yet.
North Dakota State is good. They're not as good as they were last year. I think Colorado should win that game.
Okay. But then at Nebraska, we're all in. We're going Big Red on that one.
Yeah.
All right, now.
I think that's a message game for our boy Matty Rule.
Yes, no, I think it is, exactly. We will find out if Dylan Raiola has arrived. By the way, Dylan Raiola was named the starter for Nebraska. In case you were curious about that.
What?
Yeah, what? All right, now Utah. Utah to me is fascinating. Everybody's picking Utah to win the conference. I like Utah. I think Kyle Whittingham is a great coach, or as a guy that I used to work with at the radio would always call him Kyle Willingham, and he still calls him this to that day. Kyle Whittingham, though, is a very, very good he's a very good coach. I think he's about as good a coach as there is in the country, but I also need to see the offense again because the offense last year was poo. It was terrible. It was disgusting.
Yeah. Cam Rising's healthy the whole season. I think Utah's right up there with anyone in the conference. They're so well coached. They're going to have good defense. They're going to have good special teams. They have Dorian Singer now. Yes. I like Utah. I really do. To me, we'll know right away if Cam Rising is healthy and the same Cam Rising, and if he is, Utah's really good.
Yes, and again, the thing about him too is that he's just got to be healthy. But I will say that I think with him, with him, we're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna find out really early on because they need him. Last year, it looked terrible. Now, let's see. Lolo says y'all beat CU by a field goal at CU, and that was Arizona's worst game of the season, and Arizona still won. Wins. One team finished last. One team didn't.
Yeah, I mean, at CU and Arizona played well for like 10 minutes, and it was still enough to beat Colorado.
And guess what? Unlike Shadur, Noah Fafita is a winner because when the plays were down, when the chips were down, he had to make plays, and he was able to make plays. Let's see here. Glenn says, Totri and I are having a party if North Dakota State wins. Come by Luke. Oh, yes. If North Dakota State wins that game, yes, please sign me up for 2. You would agree, Sheer?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. I just wanted to make sure that now let's talk Arizona. We're back in the A on this show. I'm picked Arizona to win the conference. I feel even better about it now. People are sleeping on the U. They're not back in the U the way that the U. They're not back in the A the way that they should be. And what I don't understand is this, and I keep coming back to this. I talked about this yesterday. I think that this is very much Vegas's way of saying that we don't believe in Brent Brennan because the talent on the team, if you actually look at it, unlike Chip Patterson with Tet McMillan, the talent on the team across the board is pretty good, Sheer. There's not like one part of the team where you're like, oh my God, there's no talent there.
Yeah, I mean, again, like if Jeff Fish was the coach of Arizona, that Arizona would get one more game. I really truly believe that. I think people are maybe, and I said it yesterday, it's kind of lazy journalism because everyone this time of year talks about the guys that teams lost, but no one mentions the replacements, right? It's like those guys just left and no one replaced them. 7.5 to me is low. It really is.
Right. 7.5 to me is low. Also, with we look at the running back spots. I mean, yes, Jonah Coleman, DJ Williams, Michael Wiley, all very, very good. I'm telling you, man, we have said it on here, and we're going to say it again. We're laying down the gauntlet. The running back game is not going to take a step back because you got Big Bill Krosky Merritt, BBCM. Is that a thing?
Sure. No, not at all.
Okay, no, it's not a thing. But you've also got him. You've got, look at this. Oh, it's so much nice not having that barnacle on the eye now.
Yeah, she wanted to jump up. I don't know. They're in a good mood today. But everyone, there's the eye.
Yeah, let's see the eye. Oh,
pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks good. It's like a pirate patch.
Yeah, pretty good.
No, it looks good. I like it. Arizona though, and that's the other thing. They act like nobody's been replaced. Now, Robert Garetano, the great Robert Garetano, does make a good point. Depth is a concern for sure. That's fair. But My concern on the offensive line is more depth on the offensive line now than the defensive line. Sheer, you've turned this into you've got me believing this.
Yeah, I am much more concerned about the depth on the offensive line. The defensive line depth, I actually feel fine about. But, I keep coming back to, like, how many teams in the entire country feel good about offensive line depth? You know what I mean? Like, you take a player the quality of Jonas Sabanea on any team in the country, and that player gets hurt, clearly there's a drop-off. So are we worrying about something that really 99.9% of the teams in the country should be worrying about also?
Yeah, I do not worry about that.
I will say there are a few positions on the offensive line where the drop-off is very scary.
Oh, look at Glenn's last comment. Look at Glenn's last phrase. I can see a 10-plus win season for Arizona. Glenn is back in the
Yeah, just cut that one part.
Yes, exactly. Glenn is excited about. Listen, anytime an ASU fan says that I could see 10-plus wins, that's a sign of saying they know that they're going to be.
I'm going to compliment ASU.
Okay, well, what?
Okay, and ASU fans, which is very rare for me. Yesterday, I tweeted what ESPN said about Noah Fafita and how basically they made him to be like a running quarterback. And there were a ton of ASU fans in the comments that were like, no, Noah's really good. What are you talking about?
Yes, exactly. All right, now, Mike, can we get some more volume from you? All right, we're going to try this. Tell me if I'm going to be doing this live on air. I don't know why this keeps happening. Tell me, is this getting better or worse? Worse, better?
It's the same.
How do I sound? All right, hold on. Worse, better, how do I sound?
Same.
Same? Hold on. All right. This is good live on air stuff. Any better now?
Nope.
No better at all.
That's worse. Much worse.
Okay, how about this? Is this better?
No.
Better.
Just talk a little louder, Mike.
Hello.
Oh, that's worse. That's bad.
All right. Well, either way, I'll talk bad. I don't know why.
No, that's worse. You made it worse.
Here, is this worse?
It's not great.
All right, better.
Seriously, it's the same.
Better.
I think if you went back to how you had it before and then just talked louder, I think you'd probably be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like Sheer was saying.
Is this better?
Yeah, if you just like talk louder.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest, Mike. Say it with your chest. Come on.
All right. Is this better? Does this sound
No,
better?
it's terrible.
All right.
It's really bad.
All right. Well, either way, let me. Oh, no, this isn't good. I noticed the volume difference yesterday, too. I don't know what's going on here. We'll have to figure this out. All right. In the meantime, let's see here. This is great live radio or great live. Is this bad?
Yeah, it's bad.
Is this bad?
It's a little better.
This better?
A little bit.
How's this?
Better. You're going to have to talk loud, Mike.
Is this all right? All right. I'm going to talk like this then. People are going to talk loud. Okay. Either way, this is like the hearing test at the doctor. I do apologize. I do apologize about this. All right, but is this better?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there we go. Now, let's talk a little bit then about ASU. I want to make fun with Blazing AZN 38 says, tell Mike to stop fiddling with his gain knob off air. Whoa. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit about Arizona and ASU. This is something that you and I have talked a lot about. We keep hearing from ASU fans talking about how ASU has better talent than Arizona because of some West Coast 24/7 thing. So let's talk about this. We're going to go position by position, and we're going to talk about which players at ASU would start at Arizona. Okay?
I'm ready.
Now, do I sound better, by the way?
No.
All right. Either way. Sam Levitt.
No.
Would you start at Arizona?
No. Are you going to go player by player?
Hold on a second. All right. Well, I'll figure this out after the show. Hold on. I'm just going to take. Is this better now?
Yes.
All right. Sorry. I'm just going to do this for right now. Sorry. Okay. There we go. It's better. Now, Arizona and Arizona State. Sam Levitt would not start at Arizona, no matter what anybody says.
Correct.
Okay. What's that? Okay, great. I just want to make sure. Now, at running back, a lot of them are going to say that Cam Skattebo would start. I do not see Cam Skattebo starting at the University of Arizona. That would be Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, my friend. That would merit I think a better discussion.
Yes.
Okay. So now on the offensive line, then it gets interesting. Who do we want to go with at ASU that would start on the offensive line?
The only guy you could probably make an argument would be Leith at center or whoever their tackle is. Do you hear my echo, by the way?
What's that?
Do you hear my echo now?
Do I hear your echo?
There's a huge.
Yeah, I would go back to what you had before because now we're echoing Mike.
Hold on, watch this.
Technology with Mike Luke. Welcome to this new segment.
Is the echo gone now?
It's
the echo gone now?
It's me that's echoing. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, all right. The echo is gone now. All right, sorry. Well, we'll get this fixed after the show. I don't know what's going on here. Since I came back from
just live radio.
Yeah, just run it live. Okay, so there's no bad echo now. Okay, good. All right. Okay.
Their center would probably start, and I love Josh Baker, so we'll make it close, but he would probably start.
All right, let's start over. Let's literally start over. So again, because we're going to clip this segment. All right, players at Arizona State that would start at Arizona. There's very, very few, but the first one that we need to talk about is I do not believe that Sam Levitt would start at the U of A. You agree with this?
Correct.
Okay. You also do not believe that Cam Scattaboo, even though he's a good player, would start at the U of A. This is correct.
I'm sorry. Is that our guy J Merck?
That's J Merck in here.
Not a chance. Ja'Cory Krosky-Murray. That's a troll. Yes.
All right, yes. Okay, so he's not. All right, now on the offensive line, we'll give ASU what, one player?
Yeah, we'll give him one player.
Okay, well, you get one player on the offensive line.
Yeah, we'll give him the center. I'll be nice.
Okay, all right. You get the center. Will be nice. That's all you get, though. And then at the wide receiver position,
I'll give him Jordan Tyson.
I'll give him Jordan Tyson as well, but that's all you get. You don't get anything else other than Jordan Tyson. You get Jordan Tyson because, again, I'm taking Jeremiah Patterson, and I am taking Tetaroa McMillan or Tet McMillan.
Yes.
And then at tight end, T-Mac's better than anybody they have. I mean, not T-Mac, Kean Burnett.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is perfect. Sorry, guys. I fixed it by myself.
I don't think Jake Smith would start in the slot. I think Jeremiah Patterson's really good, and Jake Smith gets hurt every time he touches the football field.
We are going to find out. We're going to find out exactly what people are going to find out about Jeremiah Patterson this year. You don't have a left tackle yet. We do. Big Rhino. And I'll tell you why we know that. Because at the end of the day, Rhino is they didn't move Jonas Savanea over to left tackle. If they had moved Jonas Savanea over to left tackle, I'd agree with you. When you've got a first-round pick and you say, stay there, do not move, sure, it's a good thing.
Is J Merck a...
J Merck's actually a really good guy. He's wrong on everything, but he's a good dude.
Is he a bot? I was going to say, is he a bot?
No. He's been around forever. He's a good guy, though. He's just wrong.
I'm a nice person.
Yes, exactly. Plus, he's much better than Josh Cox because Josh Cox just says a lot of mean things about people personally. J Merck never does that. We like J Merck for that reason. Glenn's somewhat the same way. Okay, now, let's talk on the defensive side. We're going to give you a couple players here, but not many. All right, now, let's talk in the secondary. You get one cornerback. How about that?
Yeah, probably one of the corners. I don't know. The only one I could probably see defensively, it's tough.
You don't get any of the safeties.
Right, so I don't know.
All right, so here's who you don't get.
Alford would probably play.
So Totri keeps telling me about Xavier Alford, and he keeps talking about what an amazing football player he is.
Alford's good. I like Alford, but I don't know if he's better than Gunner and Dalton.
No, he's not. He's not better than Dalton. He's not better than Gunner. We have a better nickel in Trayden Stukes. You have Takario Davis. We'll give you one.
That would be a very clear starter on the defensive side.
We'll give you one cornerback. Boom. Period. That's it. One cornerback. Okay. Now at linebacker, let's talk about.
This is the only no-brainer.
This is a no-brainer as well, Sheer. Jacob Manu starts. Who's the other linebacker?
Keyshawn Elliott would absolutely start at the other linebacker spot.
Keyshawn Elliott is very good. He would start at the other. He is better than Tay Brown, even though we like Tay Brown on this show. That's we will go with that. Now, on the defensive line. Now, I will say that Jay Merck saying you're better at safety. You are not better at safety. Now, let's talk on the defensive line. Defensive line's where it gets fascinating for me because Prince Dorbaugh, he would definitely start. Guess what? He's not playing. He's not starting. How about that, Sheer? That was funny.
Yeah, Dorbaugh would play or start over Tai probably.
Yeah, for sure. Trey Smith starting. And then on top of that, according to J Merck, then the entire defensive, all the defensive tackles from ASU plus the backups would start over the U of A starters.
I think you might be able to make a case of Kangaika over Isaiah Johnson. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's about it. Now again, Kangaika, I like Kangaika more than you do, by the way.
Yeah,
so
you do. I'm very curious to see how he does. I know he had a really nice camp for ASU.
And we like his mother a great deal. By the way, she's still part of the Back the A movement.
She's very nice. She liked a couple of my tweets the other day. We like that whole team.
Big 12 Bobby says, you can ignore on here. No, Big 12 Bobby. We very much like Big 12 Bobby sometimes. And guys, I got to be honest with you about something. When I'm interviewing the GOAT, I can't ask him a ton of questions. I do apologize. But I got the one in about has he ever sneezed mid-call or something like that. Now, CJ Fight. Glenn says, y'all about to learn about him. And no, we're not. We don't need to know anything about him. You would agree, Sheer.
Whatever.
Yeah, we don't care. So again, Arizona, and hey, I got one more funny ASU ism for you, Sheer. That's very funny. Want to hear something funny?
Yes.
Okay.
Funny.
This is very, very funny. This is J Merck says that Arizona and ASU are going to both have 6 wins this season, and I bet him a Del Taco cheeseburger or a $20 gift card for Del Taco. I feel very good about my deposit.
Yes, your deposits always go well, Mike. You're very good, at depositing.
Yes, no, I am. The thing about me is that I step up and I get to the point. So again, Arizona's much, much better than ASU. The gap between these two teams is immense. And one thing though that we got to talk about that we have not talked about is this. Let's see here. Mike is the Tim Walz of broadcasting. Ooh, I don't know if that's good or
Pass
not.
on that. We don't do politics. Pass.
We do not do politics on this show. We do not do politics. All right, now, Totree's in here.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Totree's about to make the case of why Levitt is better than Noah Fafita.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you're going to, you know what's funny about it? I would absolutely take Levitt over Jaden Rashada.
Did you see the Georgia reports about Rashada?
About how bad he's been?
He's awful. He's been awful.
Well, yeah, does that surprise you?
No, not at all.
Yeah. I do like when ASU fans talk about Jaden Rashada, and they always talk about their 5-star quarterback last year. Not good. Okay, now, one thing that is good is Circle K. Now, you might say, the great Kevin Thomas, he has probably been to Circle K before. I think that this is true. Do we think there's Circle Ks in St. Louis?
I would hope so, or else St. Louis maybe gets the bump down.
I was going to say, after all that love, is there a Circle K in St. Louis, Kevin Thomas?
I'm pretty sure there is some Circle K's in St. Louis. You have to fact check me on that just because I haven't been there in some years now.
All right.
But if there was, I'd be frequenting a Circle K.
I was going to say, you better. Oh, Kevin Thomas also. You want to know how smart Kevin Thomas is? And he's much smarter than me. When we took that video in front of the Circle K, Kevin Thomas blamed you, Sheer, and he said, audio not good enough. We cannot put this up there. Kevin Thomas was slapped Sheer around. We like
awesome,
this.
Mike. Tons.
For the record, I did not tell anyone to slap Sheer. For the record.
Tons of Circle K's in St. Louis.
How many Circle K's in St. Louis?
A lot. I just Googled Circle K's in St. Louis and multiple popped up.
All right. Well, either way, I like it. You can join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. Check it out, Circle K. Also, Game Time Share. Here's the deal with Game Time. You might say to yourself, all right, I want to get tickets at the last second to a Nelly concert, perhaps, in St. Louis. You would, you can see me in St. Louis. Where would you go to get that, Share?
I'm sorry, I was counting how many Circle K's there are in St. Louis. There's at least 30.
You would go to, oh wow, that's amazing. I would expect nothing less from the Arch City. It's like the Gila River Resorts and Casinos. But check it out. Either way, all kinds of good stuff at Game Time. Here's the deal. Take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem codes PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time app. Last minute tickets, lowest prices, guaranteed. Okay, now, let's see here. Also, the Totri Back the A clip needs to come at some point. But let's we got a few minutes here. We got about 5 minutes, and then Shear's got to go get to food. I've got to go work with Toe Tree.
That sounds like I'm a fat guy waiting to get off the show.
Right, let's see here. No, I will. I was listening to Dilemma earlier today. Even when I'm with my boo, all I think about is you. No, it's good. It's good. It's very, very good. Let's see here. All right, now, we need to talk a little bit of Arizona basketball here, Sheer. A little bit of odds and ends. You and I were talking about this before. Listen, I am at the stage now that I don't necessarily think Arizona is going to get Braden Burries or Mikal Brown. Boo, boo, boo. I do think that we are in very scrumptious position, though, for Coapete. And I also believe that talking with somebody that you talk with as well, the Mount Crevis hype is real. The Mount Crevis hype is real. This coaching staff expects him to be really, really good.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. And they absolutely have high expectations for him and think he's going to do well. Recruiting, I don't know. I mean, you never know. I don't think they're out at it for either of those guys. It's just going to be tough. But they are very confident in the roster this year.
Yes. Now, I'm very and let me ask you this. We talked about Umar Ballo, leader of men, who we very much like on this show. But I think with Umar Ballo, leader of men, I think the one question is you knew exactly what you were going to get. Basically, game in and game out. There wasn't going to come back and all of a sudden get 25 points per game. That was not going to be the case. But Mount Crevis can do a lot more than Umar Ballo, leader of men. Mount Crevis can shoot the three. You guys are going to see that. He's got post moves, and he's gotten much stronger. Those clips are no joke, Sheer.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to Crevis's game that people need to still see a little bit. If you watch clips of him back in Europe, you'll see that he's a better shooter. He's a little more mobile than people think, and this will give him an opportunity to kind of get out there and show what he can do.
Yes,
I'm very excited about the possibility in Atlantis of him versus Paulo. That is a very real possibility.
That's a very real possibility. Yo, Crevis from the line, Palmer Hoffman, the great Palmer Hoffman.
He's better than Ballo.
He's better than Ballo, but guess what? Sheer is better than Ballo as well. Jake is better than Ballo as well at the free throw line. By the way, there was nothing more disconcerting than watching Ballo in the game against Clemson, where it's like, holy crap, just hit the rim, and maybe it'll bounce in.
I feel bad. I actually thought, here, take it this way. Crevis shot 63 free throws last year and was 78% from the line.
Yeah, I got no faith. I got no problem whatsoever with Crevis shooting free throws. Also, we need to talk about it. Tobe Awaka, this staff with, and again, same person has told you this. One person told me this while I was golfing in Tahoe. But Tobe Awaka, they believe, is going to be a pro.
Yeah, they like Awaka. The one thing I'm skeptical about is his offense, but we've been sworn to by a few people in that staff and that program that Awaka has better offense than he ever showed at Tennessee, which I kind of believe because Rick Barnes doesn't coach offense.
All right, Shippy B says Sheer is looking younger than Mike. What does this mean?
Look at it. This beard is nice.
That beard is nice. Sheer and I are only like a different age by a year.
You don't realize, yeah. I'm 40. How old am I? 41.
Yeah,
40.
You're 41. Well,
yeah.
38 in the house, man. Take that. But let's see here. All right, now on that note, though, we're going to sign off, but we will be back with you on Monday. By the way, you got to listen to the disclaimer. Here's the reason to become a PHNX diehard. Mr. Kevin Thomas, cue this up, please.
Yes, we know this. The Die Hard membership card. You can carry that around and show it to everybody. Say, yes, I am a Die Hard. We all know that we deserve this. Access to all of our premium written content. Yes. We know this. The boss, Saul Bookman. Listen, the AZ Wildcats podcast. You want to get audio of Behind Enemy Lines? You can get that. And, of course, if you want to talk to me, you can go into the Discord lounge and you can hear all about the different fast food burgers that I like to eat. Yes. We know this. The boss, Saul Bookman. I am merely Mike Luke.
I think that was pretty good. I think that's good stuff. I'm a big fan of this. Now, real quick, Sheer, I had two people DM me about this. You were getting into an East Coast, West Coast war with Jamari Phillips on Twitter. Explain what happened.
I make a joke whenever a player comes back to town. Let's start rumors about why they're here. And I said it about Kylan, and then Jamari took offense to it. And I was like, whatever.
And you said, I will not have this talk on Twitter.
Kylan Boswell was back in Tucson in Walmart, and the jokes were funny. Some of them were like, he's back to refilm the commercial. there's a bar crawl, which there was last night. There's a big sorority bar crawl, Mike.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I mean, this is the weekend to be back in town. Maybe you also know that Kevin Thomas is now working full-time at PHNX, and this is his way of getting closer to Phoenix. Have we thought about this?
The Champaign, Illinois, have a lot of Circle Ks.
Ooh, but it's got a lot of champagne.
Hey, maybe getting back to the Circle K.
That was funny. Mike being funny.
Cute. And by the way, we're with the food thing. We're gonna on Wildcat Authority here in about a couple hours. They're giving us samples of all the new food and telling us all the new experiences. They're changing quite a bit in Arizona Stadium for the season opener.
Yes. No. All right. Now, again, we will be getting an update on that. I will.
Fireworks, Mike. More fireworks. I will say that. More. You roll your eyes, but I'm telling you. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I don't care. More pregame fireworks, and then some sort of light show in between the third and fourth quarters.
Is there anything more overrated in the world than fireworks?
The kids like them.
Yeah, but they do nothing for me. I never liked fireworks.
I get flashbacks. I get, when you hear those big booms, I get under the table. I get flashbacks.
Well, that's from your Vietnam days.
Right. It gets a little scary out there with the fireworks.
I know. You either thought you're in St. Louis or Vietnam, one of the two. It is not... Oh, I'm not going to get the cereal chimichanga, by the way. That does not look good. But, yeah. Anyways. All right. On that note, though, Sheer, where can they find you causing? And real quick, we need to say something out here for all the people out there. Kevin Thomas is going to be joining Wildcat Authority today. This is true. I am going to start a thread welcoming the great Kevin Thomas, but there will be no Jacob Franklin slander on the show or on the boards. No Jacob Franklin slander. Otherwise, Sheer is going to make you pay more each month. This is true.
And we will have, we're going to have a Jacob Franklin in memoriam here coming up soon.
Yes.
Moment of silence type deal. But yeah, wildcatauthority.com, at Jason Shear on Twitter. And real quick, Mike, you may have noticed Rob Gronkowski retweeted me.
Dude, I got a story for you real quick. So I don't really scroll on other people's Twitters. My ADHD doesn't allow me to. And I generally don't look at other people's stuff. And Sheer messages me and he's like, dude, retweet this. And then I looked at it. I'm like, what is this? I don't care. And then it looked at it. It was Gronk. You got a retweet from Gronk, dude. That's as big as it gets.
We're doing a special deal. It's completely free. Download the Autograph app. AZCat is the code word. You listen to this podcast, re-listen to it, read a couple articles. You're automatically entered into a deal where you get a Gronk signed bobblehead, Arizona jersey, and book. Completely free. AZCat.
Maybe you'll also get a Kevin Thomas signed something or other.
Mike will sign and if you win and you reach out to Mike and I, Mike will sign a cheeseburger wrapper.
Yes, I know I will. I will rap about it as well as I sign your cheeseburger wrapper.
We'll rap about a cheeseburger wrapper.
All right. Well, Sheer, unlike you, some of us got to work during the day. So you go have fun, my friend. Tell Jeff Bowe I said hello. But check this out. All kinds of really good stuff. Now, Kevin is the prodigious Kevin Thomas. Kevin, how old are you? 21? I think Kevin's 21.
I'm 23. 23.
23. The prodigious Kevin Thomas. That is what he's going to be because he's 23 and he's running the show. Kevin Thomas has the ability, literally, to blow this show up and say nobody can come on here if he wanted to. That's why you're the prodigious. You have much power on the show, Kevin Thomas.
I appreciate that, Mike. I would never blow up your spot, though. You have too good of an audience. You have too good of a show. Come on now.
Kevin, I was going to say, we very much like Kevin, even though he just kicked Sheer off the show. That was funny. But all right, on that note, though, very much appreciate all of you guys. Sheer, you have fun. All of you make it. We got the sound working again. I do apologize. Sometimes I probably need to talk lower anyways, so you know what? I'm just giving you what you want. On that note, though, for Mr. Jason Sheer, I am merely Mike Luke for the prodigious Kevin Thomas behind the scenes. You've been listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.